If something you said yesterday is still bothering you today, this video might help. We've all been there, lying in bed at night, suddenly remembering something we said in a conversation and cringing. Why did I say that? Did I sound stupid? What if they think I'm rude? The memory keeps replaying, and the more you think about it, the worse it feels. And it doesn't just happen at night. You could be in the middle of your day when, out of nowhere, that embarrassing moment pops into your head again, making you flinch. You could be washing dishes, walking to work, or even watching TV, when suddenly that conversation replays in your mind, and you feel the same discomfort all over again. It's frustrating, right? So why do we do this? Why do we obsess over things we said, even when no one else seems to care? And most importantly, how do we stop? Imagine this. You're in a team meeting at work. To lighten the mood, you make a joke, but the room goes quiet. Awkward. The meeting moves on, but in your mind, that silence is deafening. Hours later, you're still thinking, did I say something wrong? Did I make a fool of myself? Or maybe you're at a party, casually chatting, and you make a comment about a movie. The person you're talking to doesn't react much and just changes the subject. On your way home, you start overanalyzing. Wait, did they think I was judging them? Did I come across as arrogant? Are they going to avoid me now? But here's the thing. More often than not, we're not actually worried about hurting someone's feelings. What really eats us up is, what do they think of me? We worry that we came across as awkward, unintelligent, or rude. And even if we know deep down that the moment wasn't a big deal, we just can't shake the feeling. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. The tendency to believe people are paying far more attention to us than they actually are. Psychologist Thomas Gilovich conducted a study where students were asked to wear an embarrassing t-shirt and walk around campus. Later, they were asked how many people they thought noticed. Their guess? Way too high. In reality, most people barely even noticed. This happens to all of us. We feel like we're on stage, like everyone is analyzing our every word. But the truth? Most people are too busy thinking about themselves. Think about it. How often do you lie awake at night, analyzing what someone else said? Probably never, right? Because you're too busy worrying about your own words. And guess what? They're doing the same thing. This means that the next time you catch yourself overanalyzing a conversation, remind yourself of this. Most people are focused on themselves, not you. As Dale Carnegie put it in How to Win Friends and Influence People, people like those who pay attention to them. But at the same time, most people are focused on themselves. Now let's talk about how our brains work. Daniel Kahneman in Thinking Fast and Slow explains that our brains are wired to magnify negative experiences. Back in ancient times, this helped us survive. Our ancestors needed to remember dangers and avoid making mistakes that could get them killed. But in modern life, this just makes us overanalyze harmless conversations. A classic example. You're texting a friend and they take a while to reply. You start thinking, did I say something wrong? But when they finally text back, it turns out they were just busy. Our minds tend to assume the worst, even when there's no real evidence. So how do we stop this cycle of overthinking? First, ask yourself, would I care if someone else said this? If someone else made the exact same comment, would you still think it was a big deal? Probably not. So why judge yourself so harshly? 90% of what people say in a day is forgotten almost immediately. That awkward comment you made, it's likely already out of their mind. Another example, let's say you made a suggestion during a meeting, and someone reacted in a way that seemed unimpressed. Hours later, you're replaying the situation, wondering if your idea was dumb. But here's the thing. Your colleague probably wasn't even thinking about you. Maybe they had a headache, or they were distracted by their own worries. The way someone reacts in a single moment does not define your worth. Next, give yourself the same grace you'd give a friend. Karen Ravitch in The Resilience Factor says, people learn through mistakes, and those who forgive themselves are stronger. If your friend told you, I think I said something dumb today, would you say, yeah, that was really embarrassing? Of course not. You'd probably say, don't worry about it. Nobody noticed. So why not be that kind to yourself? Stop trying to control what others think. Stoic philosopher Epictetus had a great piece of advice. Don't worry about what is beyond your control. You cannot control how someone else interprets your words. Even if someone didn't love what you said, it doesn't define you. One awkward comment does not make you a bad person, just like one good comment doesn't make you perfect. Consider another scenario. You're having a casual conversation with a friend, and you say something that you think might have come off wrong. Later, you keep replaying it, wondering if they thought it was offensive. But the next time you see them, they act completely normal. That's because they didn't even register it as a problem. And finally, break the cycle with action. In The Power of Habit, Charles Duhigg explains that negative thought patterns can be rewired. Next time you catch yourself overthinking, physically do something different. Say stop out loud, go for a walk, change your posture, or even clap your hands. It sounds simple, but disrupting the thought loop can help break the habit. Another trick, write it down. Marcus Aurelius in Meditations wrote, "Write down your emotions and you will gain control over them." Try this. Before bed, spend 5 minutes writing down what you're overthinking. Then read it a week later. Most of the time, you'll laugh at how small the problem really was. Look, you're human. You will say awkward things sometimes. So will everyone else. But life is not about one conversation. It's about the relationships you build over time. No one will remember the small moments of awkwardness, but they will remember how you made them feel overall. So if you've been holding on to something you said, maybe it's time to let it go. Because in the grand scheme of things, your words do not define you. Your kindness, consistency, and actions do. Thank you for watching and hope this brought you some comfort. If it did, give it a like and subscribe for more. See you next time.